Now I know some of you are going to find it pretty odd that I turn up onto these videos and I have really no idea what it is that I'm going to say. I just feel an impetus that I need to say something. And then God flows to me words, phrases sometimes, and I think, okay, so these are energetic hooks. What am I hooking into? I'm hooking into you guys. I'm hooking into what it is that you're asking me for. I'm hooking into what your energy is asking of me. And why is it asking of me? Because you guys are ready and wanting to welcome the change. It's just that maybe you don't know how to do that. So what do? Well, my energy can show you what it would be like if you were to welcome the change. How do I do that? Well, through a combined capability I have. And part of it is called If I Can, You Can. So if I have taken these energetic steps of change, if I have welcomed change along my pathway, which I have through my awakening, through stepping into Evolve You, through my journey to true cellular form, then those steps I can spotlight for you. I can shine the light. And that doesn't mean that you're moving towards me. I'm lighting your own path back to you, back to who you truly are, back to divine unity of you, which is not only who you truly are, but highlights the life that you want to live, the reason you came here in the first place. Because boy, when you are experiencing life and you are connecting to yourself, to God, to life, to others, from divine unity of you, it becomes a whole different ball game, my friend. Life is for living, and never can you taste this more than when you are awakened, when you are living in Evolve You, and when you are connected to divine unity of you. Because this is written into the soul of you. Divine unity of you is you. It's the physical human that you are when you chose to come down here. It's written into your soul, and it's calling you. And I'm here to turn the volume up on that call. So in journeying back to divine unity of you, you are going to experience life in a very different way. You are going to connect to yourself and to others in a very different way. And that's going to make you love living your life even more. But you know what? It's also going to call other people. It's like the ripples of change. As your soul gets closer to divine unity of you, so it starts to call others. And then those others call others, and those others call others. And if you haven't watched my video called Pay It Forwards, I was talking about just this last week. Those numbers get big, and they get big quick. And this is about together we rise divinely. Divine statement, together we rise, pulling ourselves up. Up to where? Up to who we truly are. Up to the life we want to live. Up to free. And this is what I am so desperate to show you guys. Because once you get there, you ain't never going to want to leave. And if you do, it's going to keep calling you home. So when I stepped onto this video today, the reason I had no idea about what to talk about is because it has to be led from my soul. And if I think it, it's maybe not connecting through Soul Call to what you guys need to hear. Last week I did a live, it was actually at the beginning of this week, a live Divine Play and Divine Dance session. If you haven't done one of those with me, you're missing out. The power that Divine Play and Divine Dance bring to divine change. Play might be light and fun and giggly and, have so much joy connected to it, but it is serious. Serious in love. Why? Because it brings change knocking. You can expect change to come when you engage with divine play with me. This is an energy that you can't connect with unless you're living in Evolve You until you work with me. Why? Because I'm the guru of divine play. I make divine play accessible to you guys. And divine play will always lead you to what feels great divinely. That means that it's bringing change, and you can expect that change to come. But it's bringing important change. It's bringing relevant change. It's bringing the change that you potentially want and need, that's driving you where? Towards divine unity of you. That's going to have a ripple of impact throughout your life, throughout the lives of those closest to you. So for me, stepping onto this video and not knowing what it is I'm going to say is thinking outside the box. And in that live at the beginning of this week, I spoke about thinking outside the box. And you might feel it now. I can feel divine play coming in. And it's giving you a taster of what it might be like to think outside your box. And I'm literally giving you a visual here of your box as a clear Tupperware container. And we've put the lid on. And we've snapped it shut. And we've said, whatever's going on in here right now can just go on. But I am going to think outside the box. I'm going to be soul-led in this moment. And I'm going to allow my soul to lead me to what feels good. Because feels good is the best built-in sat-nav that you will ever have in your life. Why? Because feels good is always, if you're aligning to what feels good, you're always aligning to divine unity of you. And the great thing about listening to these videos, live or recorded, or joining a live session with me, listening back to one of my play sessions, is that I turn up the volume on what feels good, and I turn down the volume on the other things which kind of get in the way of you knowing what feels good, get in the way of you being soul-led. The truth is, by living the physical life up until this point now, you have abided by rules. You have learnt living in this physical human existence, and all of that is important, except when those rules start not to be true. Because when we first abide by rules, they're helping us to learn who we truly are. But then if we staunchly and all I can hear is stickily stick to those rules, then we give ourselves no wiggle room. And those rules are intended to be a range through which you ping pong, through which you can find your true path. The rules are there to guide us, but if you stick to them, you become an average of every physical human. And you ain't here, my friend, to be average. Average waters you down. You know what it's like if everyone were to be the same? Boring, meaningless. We need you to be you. You need you to be you. So in this moment, allow yourself to think outside the box, to turn the volume down on those habitual patterns, on those rules which have embedded themselves into your thinking, and allow yourself to feel. And in this moment, I say the words, get high with me. You're going to start now to feel some pretty high energies. When you work with me and you work with divine play and divine dance, you start to be impacted by some pretty high energies. Now I assure that all change comes with love. So you don't have to worry that you are going to be negatively impacted. These high energies are a bit like, whoa, getting to the top of the roller coaster without having to fear the down, unless you love the down. These high energies are like the best tasting food, but knowing that it's never going to run out. These high energies are helping you to taste just what change can feel like, just what it can feel like from elsewhere to where you are. These high energies can discombobulate and shake you up and bring in divine skew, which makes you go, huh, what's going on? I don't know. But it's all done from feeling good. So even if you start to feel a little, I'm not sure what's going on. Do I like this feeling? Am I getting a buzzing in my ears? Am I getting head rushy? Am I starting to feel a flow of energy that's feeling a little bit breathless? None of this is bad. These are fluid consequences of those high energies, which can only and ever be positive when you taste them with me. Because they're calling you. Where? They're calling you to welcome the change. What change? The change that is walking you along that lit up path towards divine unity of you. And now it's time to high five God. That was the other phrase that he gave me. High five God. Why are you high-fiving God? Because when you leave this physical human existence, you're not going to look back and go, oh God, I wish I just hadn't sweated the small stuff so much. I wish I'd just put down the rules and allowed me to live as me. I wish I'd just allowed myself to be freely me in each and every moment. I wish I'd tasted and experienced just a little bit more. I wish I'd connected to others as all of me. I wish I'd done things and created the change that only I can create. And God goes, hey, 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 you had a brilliant life. Let's put down the things now that you don't need. Let's revel in the things that you have tasted, and let's get on with living your eternal life. But wouldn't it be epic if instead of that, when you transitioned and stepped towards your eternal life, that God was waiting there for you? And he's waiting there to high-five you, and he goes, man, you wanted to be a physical human. You went down there for these reasons, and my God, did you live it? My God, did you taste every bit of life as truly you? My God, are those experiences and those connections going to stay with you through your eternal life? You maximised your opportunity in that physical life, that one go on the roundabout. I salute you, my friend, and here is your high five. That is what I'm going to do when I finally transition and meet God. And I say finally because it's going to be an epic moment, but I have got a whole lot of living to do before then. So come on, come and join me. Come and see what it's like on the other side of the river. Cross the bridge. What does it feel like to be an awakened soul? What does it feel like to live and evolve you? What does it feel like to divinely play? What does it feel like to be untethered from all that is not truly you? And what does it feel like to be free and living free? Come, I can show you.